There's no entertainment value in helping people.
Promise him 2 beers, no more than 2. My pronouns are His Holiness and Her Majesty.
I envy you and your ignorance.
All right, we're back, and we're kind of doing a little follow-up on our furries episode with another group of people that just can't seem to get along with anybody they speak to, and I would like to hand off to Shane.
Say something to start this episode off. I have a message for the LGBTQIP2SAA community.
Is that the whole fucking thing?
Plus. So far, there's probably more by now. My thing is
maps.
I want to speak to our LGB brothers and sisters and our T cousins. You guys are real people with real dignity, and you need to get away from the rest of the alphabet soup. These people are fucking weird, and you don't need to be associated with that. You guys are normal. Be normal. Be away from all that weird stuff. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Shane. My pronouns are His Holiness and Her Majesty. We want to find some way that we can get the LGBs and the Ts away from the fucking nut jobs that don't actually exist and need to be... Let them have their own club, all right? If you want to be accepted as normal people, be normal people. Don't be those weird fuckers.
You know, the LGBT thing doesn't make much sense to me because, you know, like, it was already fine. Why did we need to add guac to the sandwich? Like, you got lettuce, bacon, tomato, and
Jesus
that's
Christ,
like all the flavors you need. And then it's like, I don't know if it's because of like all the millennial people or whatnot. They're just obsessed with guac, and they're like, we gotta put it on the sandwich.
I love how he's turned sexual orientation into avocado toast.
A BLT.
Like I was saying with the LGBs and the Ts, lesbians can't fault them. They like pussy. Pussy's wonderful, you know.
Yep.
Gay guys, fine, do what makes you happy. Bisexuals, you want to have your cock and eat it too, that's fine. You know, Ts, I kind of want to be the opposite that I was born into. Okay, do that.
Good for you.
But then you get into the fucking
all the other
pansexuals.
bullshit.
I like to fuck frying pans. And
that according to the meme, it's the fat women, and she was only attracted to people carrying frying pans.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
That's the one that has so much fat that her fucking brow has started to gain fat in it.
If you got rolls on your forehead, then you're just fucked.
Yeah.
That's pansexual. Like, I would fuck Pangea because that's the only thing big enough to be bigger than me.
Yes, she is a supercontinent of her in and of herself.
You imagine that woman at a Cracker Barrel?
Ooh, God.
Jesus.
I don't know, though. I could see her more as like a fucking Denny's, just giving it hell.
Everybody gets a grand slam that day.
Bring it on! Yeah. Okay, yeah, so
but me and Corey had talked about this, and we want to broker a deal that can safely extract the gays and lesbians and the bis and the trans too away from the rest of the alphabet soup so that they're not grouped together with a bunch of fucking weirdos.
Yeah, we want to do it in such a way that everybody ends up happy, because for the most part, this group, as they can, you know, extend their labeling of each other, they tend to get a little, you know, more angry with it every single time. And, you know, we're about breaking down barriers to build more.
Yeah. We're just going to tear down this wall and build it over there.
Yeah, we'll build this wall and just keep the fucking weirdos in cat suits on the other end of it.
Yeah, it's like the neighbor that every time you're not looking, he moves his fence like 6 inches over.
Yeah,
it's like, we want these guys back.
Yeah, next thing you know, his fence is in your kitchen. So, I mean, we need to, as a group, we've decided we're going to broker this peace deal. Well, and it's also a give and take negotiation. We're going to have to figure out the terms of this deal is ultimately what we're getting at right now.
Everything after the T, you guys get to keep. enjoy. But there's gonna come with some other things, which are weirdos that you would love to have in your group. Like, people we mentioned in the last episode, the furries. You get the furries. Congratulations.
Yeah. And the kid touchers, they're definitely over there.
No, they're called MAPs.
They're what?
They're called MAPs now.
Are they
minor attracted people?
Yeah, that's what
That's an actual
can't
term.
spell, so I wasn't going along. But like minor attractive is what I had heard about
Yeah, they're
about
called,
the chomos nowadays.
they're pedos. I mean,
Pedophiles are not their accepted terminology now.
no, it's minor attracted people.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think those shouldn't go in either group. Those should just go in the river.
I prefer.
That's how we can unite and make peace. We turn everyone against those pieces of shit.
Because there has to be some common ground.
well, but a lot of the people on the other end of that long alphabet soup you were talking about, they will defend pedophiles as in that's a normal sexual orientation.
Well, then they get to be in that club as well.
That's exactly what I say. If you want to defend them, you get to the bottom of the fucking river with them.
Here we have a reason to go ahead and do like the brokerage separation, because you had some gay people come out and say, hey guys, we don't think that you all should be sexually exploiting kids. And what happened? You had a bunch of people that came out and said, shut up, you fake gays. And it's like, you can be gay and not want to molest children.
You mean be gay and only want to have sex with adults? Or consenting adults at that?
Can you believe it?
Weird. God, have they never seen an HIV medication commercial? Oh, God.
I feel like you can
Call
judge
back.
by like how sane a gay person is based on, and I guess this actually just goes for everybody, but since we're talking about the gays, the how much they're on Twitter. Because if you take a normal person that's just like
Me neither.
he ain't
Yeah, I don't
tweeting.
have.
I don't use it, but I look at meme sites, and they
What the fuck are we talking about it for?
We're on. Nobody uses Twitter.
We're up for 4 on Twitter usage.
It's like they say on Twitter. I don't know what they say on Twitter.
Or so I've heard. It's like at one point in this publication they said this, but I'll go with it as the basis of my argument.
We can all relate to Twitter, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not a bit.
Nope. Not a one. Not one tweet amongst us.
Go on, Sean. As you were saying.
Oh,
well, no. The
Change the website to something you actually use, though.
Reddit.
no.
What's that?
Don't worry about it.
I don't have enough time on my hands to join Reddit. I would never get anything done.
Reddit's just as big a cesspool as Twitter, apparently. But
Is it?
Yeah, except
don't know what it is.
in there you can just kind of go sort by your mental illness.
yes, but
They have-
Reddit does have one really good gun meme page. I like that. That's the only reason I look at it. But
I'll let
He's a
it pass
gun
this
guy.
time. So, Florida recently is trying to pass a bill that's basically like, hey, if you're convicted of pedophilia, we're going to kill you.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Sounds
Yep,
reasonable.
absolutely.
And you had a bunch of people on Twitter, like I said, so mental illness is up there, that were like, Florida is not a safe space for gay people.
they all worked at Disney, didn't they?
And
There's-
here's the thing.
Which
It's-
character did they dress as? Is that counted as furry if you're a Disney character?
Here's,
I don't know.
Here's the
I'm only
thing.
doing it for work.
Queen of Hearts really isn't it?
Here's the thing. It's
Kicked
not
her
your.
ass.
You would think that if somebody said that, it would be your stereotypical old white Republican person, that it's like the gays are pedophiles and now Florida's not safe. But no, you have a bunch of people on Twitter that identify as the unwanted parts of the Strong Password Club that are saying Florida is not a safe place for trans and gay people because they're going to start executing pedophiles. And you're just like, I don't think that those are like, you have to put them together.
Gay, straight, bi, trans, any of the rest of the alphabet soup. If pedophile is part of your fetish or attractiveness, then it's okay to execute.
That's
I'm sorry.
I'm fairly certain even like clear thinking, clear thinking furries, even those fucking whack jobs,
Well, you
even
can't, let's
they
not
would
say
not want to.
oxymorons here.
Well, I know that. Clear thinking furry.
I just
Yes.
want to know what DeSantis has against the Catholic Church.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Try and keep up with you,
Hey,
Corey.
you know what?
Because they touch kids.
I always know when I'm editing this shit if I said something funny because Corey goes, "Oh, what's that?"
Oh.
Here's the thing. I do not know, but if he's a Protestant, maybe he's just like, you know what? I'm tired of the Catholics in my state. I'm gonna pass this, and they're gonna be out of here. So
Is
maybe
Catholic,
he's playing 40
do
chess.
people have problems with Catholics now? I thought.
Catholics are
Yeah, little
there's a-
boys.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of problems with Catholics.
Well, I mean, aside from that, obvious. I mean, the way you're making it sound, it was like gangs in New York and people were throwing rocks at Catholics getting off of boats.
Oh, and it's like the dead rabbits.
Oh,
Yes.
only in Sean's world.
Well, no, go talk to some Irish people. They are
Yeah, they put up with a lot of shit,
yeah,
but they don't bitch about it like somebody.
If the Catholic Church would come out and actually like get rid of those people, it'd be fine. But they basically treat it like the shell game, where they like instead of firing the priest, the offending priest, they just send him to another parish. So it's just find the pedophile,
Find the pedophile.
Yeah.
never the jack, never
But
the jack,
this-
always a queen.
But to circle back, that's
card
why we
money.
should. That's why we should go ahead and try and separate these crazy, insane people from the LGTVs.
Be
Did you say LGTVs?
He did.
Oh.
is that like HGTV or?
No, it's the lesbian
Gay
gay TV.
TV.
Because
It's like a TV but gay.
I'll be honest. Why you think they got like the rainbow gradient on the TV? You think that's because of the visible spectrum?
Sneaky bastards.
Yeah.
Turn them TV gay.
They slid that right
They
in there
trying
on
to
me.
turn me gay with my TV over there? First my beard, now my TV?
Now my Samsung's a cocksucker.
Samsung of a bitch.
Not in my house, boy.
But yeah, I
TV,
think we
man.
should. I think we should separate down even further and cut out the redundancies.
Well, yeah.
Is that let's go ahead and you can just say LGT because let's be real, if you're bi, you're just gay and horny. Because think about it, if you're a dude
Why
and you're
can't
like, well, I'm bi.
Maybe they like the feel of pussy on their cock wiener, but they also enjoy a cock wiener in their bum bum.
Or their
That's
mouth.
gay.
But why can't we just get rid of bisexual and just replace it with indifferent?
I prefer whore instead.
I don't care where it goes, it's going somewhere.
Just easy.
It's like,
I got an Audi, I'm going to find an innie.
that's it. We're simplifying the language. Get rid of all this made up bullshit. Oh, I'm bisexual, I'm trisexual, I'm fucking quadrisexual.
Well,
no, you're indifferent.
Well, the thing is, they're also, we don't like being grouped together. We don't want to, one word be defined as all of us people, but we want to all be grouped together in the same sense.
Yes,
and
we're
we want
fighting for the
random
same
letters
cause.
that don't make a word to
You
describe
say we're
us
fighting for
as a
Carl's
group.
Juniors.
No, we're fighting for the same cause.
I was really interested to see where Carl's Jr. fell on the LGTB
it's like-
scale.
my favorite is the term non-binary, and that in and of itself disqualifies itself. It's like you're making the distinction that you are non-binary, which means there is a separation between you and the people that are okay with being binary, which means there's
Two.
Therefore, you cannot be one. You cannot be non-binary. It's like,
But I'm binary as a non-binary against you binary people.
but again,
My father didn't love me as a child.
well, I think Sean went to the root of the problem.
My uncle loved me too much as a child.
I was going to get to that, yeah. It's like, that's your actual binary
My
right
parish
there.
priest showed me things. Even their own terminology just fucking, it's all fucking redundant. Every damn bit of it. It's like, I'm surprised they don't have one specifically for people who just decide they want to up and fuck a chihuahua every once in
Well,
a
that's
while.
like,
sure they do.
to my understanding, the
It's
T-
kidosexual.
the T's are the transgenders, transsexuals, trans whatever, what have you. Then they also have the 2S in there, which is the two spirit, which
Super
is
straight.
The Native American. No, that's S squared.
Oh.
The 2S, which stands for two spirit, which is an ancient Native American term for trans people. So you're the
I don't
same.
think
You're just
that
calling
that's
it different
actually
things.
what that was.
That's it. So it's basically just a bunch of blanket terms that are just redundant because you can have one blanket term. We'll call it indifferent.
If everyone is this term, I can't be this term because then I won't feel special. So I have to make a new one.
That's our problem
Well,
as
it's
a
kind of
country.
like the thing, like we're wanting the alphabet soup to give us the normals, and to give them, say, like we were talking about the furries. You can have the furries, but I've seen some interviews with furries without their head on, and I'm like, they already fall under that in at least two categories usually.
Yeah.
You can have the furries because you already got them. So
Just accept them.
Can we please add in the bronies?
bronies, yes.
those are
you guys
just-
can have the bronies because they're so much fun.
Okay.
We already talked about maps.
Okay, go ahead. Well, yeah, I'm all. I know we talked about maps, and I just learned that term. Bronies next.
I just learned the acronym for it. I just always,
You're like,
straight
I
up.
When he said maps earlier, I was like, "What are we talking
See,
about?"
they laughed.
We're
They
going back to
laughed and
graphs.
you didn't, and I was like, okay, he doesn't know that. So.
the maps go with the graphs. I'm supposed to put in a map on this
Yeah.
one. I don't understand.
Wait
I'll find a
here.
picture of a map.
Sean
for
was
you.
pie
Put it
charting.
up.
Now what are we supposed to do?
You can, if you can, put it up right here.
Okay, go ahead. The bronies thing, because you showed me pictures, and I am just in fucking disbelief.
Okay. Well, obviously, I have a daughter, and she got into My Little Pony for a while. Well, bronies.
Mine too.
Bronies are grown men who are into My Little Pony, and I don't mean just into it as though they watch it in passing, like when their kids are watching. No, they watch it themselves. They discuss it at length online. They go to brony conventions.
They purchase jars.
Yes, the brony cum jar. Yes, is a big
Stop.
thing.
We cannot just glance over that. I need an explanation.
something? I'm going to need
Hold
some
on.
context.
Yes, context is required at this point. We're here. To get here, I cannot go any further until you explain that one.
There was a guy who he was on, I want to say Reddit or something, and over the course of months, he
was obsessed with one of the ponies.
from My Little Ponies, and he mounted it inside of a glass mason jar, and over the course of months, he documented his progress, filling it with semen.
I don't know that I would call that progress.
Well, it was how full.
I got a couple labels. Progress wouldn't make it.
Well, and the biggest problem with it was I was actually thinking that he needed to see a doctor because it was like brown.
I don't think that's the biggest problem.
Nope.
He needs to see a doctor.
Coloration is not a consideration for me when considering a man is thinking about My Little Pony and jerking off into a jar and collecting it.
Onto a My Little Pony.
And he took pictures of his progress.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
And
The good part about that, though, is the fact that it became an internet meme,
Yeah.
and people will, when they see something online, and it's like, oh, people are like, oh, blah, 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 and talking about something, somebody will just be like, oh, hey, like you've got some of these, this is another thing, but that you have these new internet celebrities called VTubers,
No.
where they take little cartoon caricatures of people, and instead of showing their face, they'll put that up on the screen, and it's got facial tracking. And they'll usually
They make that over different stuff because I've seen that kind of shit before.
yeah.
like deep
But-
fakes.
No, not deepfakes. But the point I'm getting to is the fact that they'll usually be like, oh, hey, I'm launching this, go buy my merch. And someone will be like, hey, you're launching this figure. Don't worry, I bought the figure. And then they'll just have like this big jar in the background implying that they are going to do that. And then the person's usually like, please no, please don't do that.
My brain hurts.
See, and it's stories like that make me enjoy the internet.
So you're buying a My Little Pony and a jar to jack off in for these people? or
for whatever toy
Yeah.
collectible that they're selling, you put
So,
it
like,
in a
let's
jar.
say that, like, you've got a person on YouTube that they have their little character that they hide behind for anonymity so that they don't get death threats when they play Harry Potter games.
Yeah.
And they'll usually sell merch that'll be like, oh, here's like a bobblehead of my character. You can buy it if you want a bobblehead of my character to support me. And the person will be like, thanks, just bought the bobblehead, and it'll be sitting on top of a jar.
It's a threat.
I'm glad my brain is not letting me wrap it around whatever the fuck y'all are talking about.
I'm just so fucking
I've never been so grateful to be confused in my entire life.
That's it. I'm like,
It was,
huh?
well, the whole thing, it was called the Brony, or the My Little Pony cum jar, and it was a whole big thing, and like he's talking about, it became a meme that people started threatening to.
Because any reasonable person looks at that and goes, like Corey did, be like, wait, the what? Which is why it picked up so much, because anytime you mention it,
It's
someone
funny
will, like,
that he just
explain.
implied that I'm reasonable.
It's like, no, I'm just ignorant, Sean.
In the context of this conversation, Corey, you're
That's
very
it. I'm
reasonable.
the most reasonable. Yeah. Like all I'm thinking is, okay, this guy's jacking off over My Little Ponies. What makes one My Little Pony sexier than another Little Pony? I mean,
I don't want to think about it.
that's it.
with bronies, they go into deep philosophical conversations about like the My Little Pony episodes. I mean, they get into it as much as you could possibly get into something like that. They talk about what I don't know the names, Sparkles or so whatever this character was when it said that it was going to prance through the meadow and make a friend, like what they really meant, and like it goes like they get really 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 way into it.
I got to be honest with you. I could only follow the philosophy of one of these fuckers if I had a shotgun in my mouth.
No, I mean seriously.
Even then, I'd take
Please
the
look
easy way.
forward
I'm
to
not
shit.
listening to.
In that kind of conversation,
I've heard enough.
Well, that's it. Okay. Clearly, I am never going to improve as a person. Boom.
Hang on, let me get my sock off here because I don't want to hear no more of this.
No,
It's
I
like,
mean,
oh, it's just getting me so horny. I got to get my sock off the jack end. Oh, you mean I need a jar? Fuck it. Boom.
I was just thinking of having a trigger toe, but okay.
Yes, I know.
See-
But you got to make it sound a little more innocent to them so they don't get concerned and call their pony friends.
no.
Why are you motioning towards me when you say
Actually, it was just in general.
Why wouldn't emotion towards
I
you?
talk with my hands, as in, I just speak that way because not that I'm accusing anybody of being a brony.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
brony.
sit over there.
Jabroni?
No, it's called bronies, but no, the entire thing.
So we agreed that they are part of the overall deal
The
as far as
weirdos, yes.
give them.
Because there's entire conventions.
I don't
they
know that
dress
they're
up.
much of a bargaining chip, though. I don't know that.
At this point, we're not bargaining. This
Like-
is a threat. Give us the L's and the
Yeah.
G's, or we're gonna take this.
That's it. It's like
Shane-
we'd have to make some pretty hefty concessions to
The
make one take
bronies,
him.
they are our metaphorical boom jackets. Okay.
They're the insurance policy.
Give us the LGs and the
you get
Samsungs and Vizios. Or
I'm gonna say
you
that-
have to have. You're about to get brony.
LGIs, because indifferent trumps bisexual because it's simpler language. George
Okay.
Carlin always said simpler language it gets you more results. So I say indifferent is a very good blanket term for that bunch, since they like their fucking blanket terms. It's like pansexual, no, indifferent on who you have sex with, period. Common sense, basically.
Me and Sean had the conversation when we first brought up the topic of this show, trying to decipher the alphabet soup.
Uh-huh.
And I threw the Q in there, and I was like, well, and Sean was like, well, maybe that means questioning. Apparently there's two Qs. One of them is questioning, the other is queer.
But the
And
whole thing is,
as
I
it-
thought queer was a slur word for gay.
Well,
So isn't that
apparently
redundant?
not. I'm not sure the exact definition of queer, but since
They
they're
change it all the time. You can never know. That's
It's
part
just-
of the
it's-
alphabet.
since they want us to say queer as part of the alphabet soup, do we get to say queer now
That's
without
it.
any repercussions?
I don't know. There's some other groups that call themselves certain names, and we can't say them.
You're onto something there.
Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes.
Okay.
Different episode.
I wasn't putting this in Sean context.
Oh, okay.
Sean
My bad.
text.
My bad.
Sean text. I like it.
That's his shirt. I'll put it into Sean text.
We'll get a merch store going, and please do not put our merch in jars.
We sell t-shirts
Even though
in
my
jars.
merch is gonna be jars.
Sell t-shirts in mason jars. I'm all over that. It's like, put the shirt on, do what you want with the jar. That's pretty funny if you ask me. Oh my god. So basically we would have to threaten the extended community into taking these fucking weirdos.
Well, many of the weirdos they will lovingly accept because they themselves feel like they've been treated as weirdos.
It's not even sometimes a thing of like we have to accept them because we care, but the fact that it's like we have said that we must be accepted, so even though we don't like these people, we have to accept them.
Well, I thought it was okay for those people to exclude people because, again, unless SS means super straight, they're excluding, well, at least 3 of the people
It's not
at this
SS.
table.
It's two S, or it could 2 squared. I think is super straight, but 2
Well,
S
but
is
again,
2
they
spirit.
like to exclude us, so they're okay with excluding people. So
you know-
we make them accept those.
Do you know why the whole super straight thing came out?
Is it a thing? I thought we were just making that up.
No. So originally it was a meme, but it was a meme that it's like, you all have forced this upon us. We had to do it. And it's basically a thing where people coming out being like, if you are not, or if you're a dude and you won't fuck a woman that used to have a penis or that still has a penis, you're a bigot. And people were like, you know what? I'm actually not straight. I'm super straight, meaning that if I'm a dude,
I'm super duper straight.
I don't want to fuck some girl that at one point had a penis. If you ever had a penis in your life, I don't want to have sex with you.
Fair enough.
And I'm super straight. And they were up in arms about them trying to get added to the flag because they're like, you're making a mockery of us. And they're like, you said that.
You're already a mockery.
Yes.
That's it. They make a mockery of themselves. I mean, realistically, though, if a guy didn't want to have sex with a woman that used to be a man, couldn't he just lie about it and say he wasn't physically attracted to it?
No, because
No,
if you're
because you're a
not,
bigot.
then you're a bigot.
Because it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
because
matter.
you don't pursue the people, even though the fact that they may have to feel, they may have to hide it according to the way they think. How is that any fucking different than I won't fuck it?
If you don't give in to all their concessions, you're a
It's
bigot.
like, but if we go out looking
Sure.
for cock stretch marks in goddamn sundresses, then we're perverts. So realistically, us straight guys can't win.
That's okay. You're looking for logic and common sense.
That's it. There is
in a
none.
group of people that's not
Yeah.
really
Which
there.
is why
Well,
you need to separate the LGs from the rest of them.
Because it's only my
Yeah.
body, my choice when it benefits them or when they agree with it.
Yeah.
Like my body, because it used to be, well, you'd bang or you'd pursue whoever you were physically attracted to, but now it's, well, if you don't. If you don't go after trans women, then you're a bigot. But then
it is what it is.
yeah,
yeah.
whether you're attracted to them or not, you better be banging them.
So if I'm already going to be labeled a bigot, then I'm free to.
That's
That's it. You're free now.
that's why being called a bigot, racist,
I'm
any
free
of
to
that.
be Sean.
Yeah, I mean, none of that. Those words don't
We're
mean
putting
anything
the B
anymore.
back in
So
LGBT.
basically, it's not okay for a straight guy to say, I just don't like cock in any form. It's like,
No, it's not.
no,
No,
it's not.
no.
It's like, has a dick? Oh, you better
Well,
fuck it.
if you're super straight,
Well, okay, then I'm super straight. Because, I mean, and it's nothing against any of those fucking trans weirdos. I mean, if you want to get your cock halved and folded up in,
the Jews already took 10% of it. Just let the medical industry take the rest.
oh, fair enough.
As Jim Norton said when you're banging, it feels like a change purse,
Goddamn.
and he would know.
Yeah, but I mean, just the whole fucking thing. My whole, like, if it were if it were up to me, it would just be a matter of I don't give a shit what you're fucking doing. I just don't hear about it.
Well, that's my big issue is, especially like we talked about in the other episode about the furries. They're a tightly woven community that take themselves super seriously, but like
they all look like bearskin rugs.
Whether you're in the alphabet soup, whether you're a furry, a brony, pansexual, gay, straight, vegan, CrossFitter, Mexican karate wrestler, trainer, or whatever, be what you want to be, do what you want to do. Just shut the fuck up about it already. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it.
Why don't we have super straight conventions? Oh, we do. NASCAR races.
Actually, there are
Not for long unless they get the Bud Light.
No, they already got all that.
there are probably a lot of closeted alphabets at the NASCAR races.
You know what? The few times I went to the NASCAR race, a lot more black people than what I was expecting.
Really? They let them go?
Yeah. And funny?
And just walk around?
Yeah.
I would not expect that out of
what's
those
funny
fans.
is
They weren't road hauling them or anything?
No.
They were.
They let them free
hanging in
range.
the garages.
Yeah, they let them free range. But the thing that got me was I remember one group of them was like 7 or 8 just walking around. And, they do stand out at a NASCAR race.
You don't say.
And they all had, this is when they sold like team fire suit jackets. Every single one of them had a different fire suit jacket on. And I'm like, is that just because they're colorful, or do you think they actually like them drivers? So, like the guy walking around in the cornflakes jacket, I'm just not buying it. But it's red, yellow, and green. So I'm like, I get it.
Cornflakes was Terry Labonte. He was a fine driver. He was fine. Now, if you saw him walking around and they had like, oh look, he's got a Kyle Busch uniform on, then you're just like.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you. Terry Labonte was a fine driver, but he was a fine driver in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Oh, no.
This was 2004, and you're telling me that a teenage black guy is going to appreciate Terry Labonte's driving style just walking around in NASCAR?
Maybe.
It's throwbacks, man. Throwbacks are the big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, I like that rooster on the back of my jacket.
What confuses me about that, or intrigues me, however you want to put it, let's say you have a group of minorities that are there. Say they're all supporting the same driver that they may or may not actually like, or they may like to say. Let's say they're doing that. The bigots that would wish harm upon them, would they spare them because of their choice of driver, or would people that don't care about their minority status, as long as they like the same driver, they're not going to mess with them?
I'll do you one better. The ones that would look at that, they'd see them walking around and see the one in the driver or the jacket that represents their driver, and they'd be like, "See, he appeals to everybody." Like,
Also, on that same wavelength, anyone that would spare someone based on their driver would also probably indiscriminately kill other people based on their driver. To where it's like
that's absolutely
it's like
true.
Don't matter if
not
you're
on the color of their skin.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow. You got a Kyle Busch jersey on. You're getting the 9 mil.
That's it. I don't mind you being of color, but goddamn it, your taste in drivers got to change, or we got a problem.
Exactly. You're going to have both ends of that spectrum.
Yeah, that's it. It's just, it was weird. But you know what? I didn't see too many of the LGBT whatevers.
LGBTQIA2T8.
Yeah, that's before we did all the Black Lives Matter and hand holding. So it's like everybody wasn't trying to get along then. There were still rebel flags at the racetrack.
I feel like that's because if you've got some of the LGs at the NASCAR event, they are well fitted in enough to normal society and not internet society that they're like, no, I don't need you to know that I'm gay. I need you to know that I'm here to hope Kyle Busch takes a hit in turn 4 and gets knocked out of the race because I hate him.
That's the thing too. Shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great if they just shut the fuck up? If you want to be treated as normal, go out and live a normal life, being normal. You don't have to run up to like, that's it.
Hey, did you know that I'm Q?
Yeah.
Well,
in 2004, I mean, you could walk up to a redneck at a NASCAR event and be like, "Hey, man, you want a Bud Light?" Now it'd be like, "Get away from me, queer."
Well, put the shoe on the other foot.
My wife actually enjoys Bud Light.
You gotta start just calling her gay every time you see her drinking it.
No, like she bought some at the place that she works, and one of her coworkers was like, you can't buy that. We ain't drinking that. She's like, I like it. I don't care.
It doesn't really
put
matter
it on the counter
at all.
like, sell it to me.
It's like, yeah, it doesn't really. Bud Light, I quit drinking that long before it was popular.
See, here's the thing. You can probably actually think of it this way. It's not that people have gone from liking Bud Light to not liking Bud Light. It's just you now have a socially acceptable reason to rag on people. Because before it was like, oh, well, I like it, man. It's like, what can you say to that? And now it's like, hey, man, did you see this guy that's trying to market beer to children? And it's like,
yeah.
Hey, I like Bud Light and the cock.
I don't even know what March Madness is, but let's bring some beer.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I honestly feel like that was probably the most insulting part of the whole thing. It probably wasn't the fact that it's like, this is a gay man. It's probably not the fact that Bud Light straight up hates its consumers. It was the fact that some guy got on and was like, I don't know what March Madness is.
Well, actually, I didn't know anything about the Dylan Mulvaney guy until he told me about it and explained to me what was it you said.
Like a week before that came out,
yeah.
I was watching. It wasn't a podcast. It was one of those comedians that does they'll play the video in their background and talk shit about it or whatever, and like the reaction videos.
Yeah.
And I guess someone had pointed him on to Mulvaney and was like, "Oh, this is the person." He made some jokes and he wasn't bigoted, but made funny jokes.
It was one of those things that look at this crazy person.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I know who that person is because I watched that video a week ago.
Yeah.
About
he explained
they
it to
were
me.
famous.
What was it you said? If he was doing a parody, he would be a comedic genius.
Yes, he would.
yeah.
If Dylan Mulvaney had come out in regular clothes, like say a week from after the Bud Light thing, and been like, "Look, this is just it's a character I do. I'm just I'm just poking fun at ladies. He's like, I love ladies, but I'm just poking a little fun. If he'd done that, he would be on par with Andy Kaufman. Like he would have been
as far as being a troll.
Yes,
but instead he's real. It's
and he's the worst caricature of a woman that you could ever. I mean, it has to be dehumanizing.
He's trying way too hard.
Like professional women, like women engineers, physicians, scientists. I'm sure they really love being portrayed by this guy who runs around in platform shoes in a park, running from a bee.
I'm a woman now, and I cannot find a skirt that doesn't make my dick bulge. So we're going to make bulges cool.
No,
and then
he said
that is like literal.
He wants the
part of it,
the female bulge, and then. Also,
he started I saw that on the internet.
We want to make the female bulge trendy.
And then he also, his local grocery stores, he bought out all of the tampons, I guess in a couple different stores.
I saw that.
And then,
I didn't know about
then
that.
he, and so everybody, of course, the real women started like bashing him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't need
I've got all these tampons, look.
And so he went on and was saying, well, it's so I can keep a couple in my purse in case a woman, in case a woman needs one. And it's like, okay, first off, no woman on the planet is going to walk up to you asking if you have a tampon.
Because you made sure that bulge was prominent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they know for a 100% fact that you don't need them unless, maybe ate too many, diet chips.
And him buying them out almost ensures that they need one.
Yes, exactly. And so, and again, Dylan Mulvaney is the female equivalent of, Al Jolson coming out there, in blackface, bugging his eyes out and doing a little soft shoe.
Yeah.
And like, it's got to be really dehumanizing for women,
There's something you guys may have heard more about this than I have, but which it's been a while.
Not likely that I have.
There were women, biologically born women. I don't know the proper terminology. Sorry if I offend anybody, but I'm not sorry.
A woman.
But yeah,
female.
Women. Yes,
female.
Those that are upset at trans women because they're like you're not real women. You're taking it. We're fighting for women's rights still, and you're fighting for trans rights, claiming it to be women's rights. We still have stuff that we're working on here. Mm-hmm. So shut the fuck up.
Like that was what suffrage was about, right?
Let women do women's stuff. And then you can come with us to do women's stuff, but we're not going to take a back seat to you doing your stuff because actual women's stuff needs done.
Well, like
they don't want to include drag queens in their movement.
Well, like Leah Thomas, and that's what I forget who said it when they were talking about these people who were accepting biological men going into women's sports. And they were like, sorry, ladies, even when it comes to being a woman, men are better at it. Like, you know,
we've had that conversation,
and it was because Leah Thomas was, I think, ranked 200 and something in men's swimming, and when he transitioned to female, he was shattering world records.
Oh yeah,
like he was beating women by like a minute and a half. Like, I mean, it wasn't even close. And
I'm gonna re-identify as a fucking school kid and start playing midget league basketball.
There was actually like a famous male power lifter that threw on a wig. It's like, I'm identifying as a woman now, and destroyed all of their records and shit. And it's like, what? I'm a woman.
Like, what? You gonna tell me I'm not?
You can't do that. Well, then she can't.
Just
do it
did.
either.
Funnily enough, they had a guy that. He went down to Florida for vacation, and just to visit a buddy or whatnot, saw that there was
a Bud Light and came back queer.
Exactly. Now, he saw that
God, he went and caught the gay.
Saw that there was a poker tournament, but it's a women's only poker tournament, which is strange. And he went in there.
That is strange.
That's not a gender dominant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he went in and consequently just like wiped the floor with all of them. But he did it as a thing, being like, why is this? It's like in terms of like
it thinking means he's a better
and stuff.
poker player.
Because they're women, they're bluffing because they're speaking.
Saw right through their shenanigans. I mean, poker tournament. I mean, wow. It doesn't fucking matter with that. Like, there's no physical attributes that are going to make you any better at poker other than a good poker face.
Mm-hmm. I bet you the organizers would probably have said that since women tend to be more emotional, maybe they wouldn't have as good a poker face.
Bullshit. Watch those Texas Hold'em things on TV. Those fucking girls are stone faced as anybody else.
I agree, but
the actual the probable reason that he won was he was an older guy. He looked like he was in his I
don't know what kind of poker faces women can have, but if you've ever been in a situation to where you found your woman cheating, and by the end of the argument she'd convinced you that you were cheating and she wasn't, then you would understand what kind of a poker player a woman can be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. But
did you ask her for any notes?
But they're saying what this guy's dick was giving him fucking instructions on. Like, yeah.
It's like that chess player that was accused of using
anal beads
to give him what moves to do.
Holy shit. I didn't know chess could be so intricate.
Or interesting.
Huh. Wow. Apparently now I'm going to have to watch it next time it's on TV. It's like, see this guy doing this? Cheating! Holy shit. Have we covered everything we want? I know we have
Probably not.
We have not even come close to brokering this peace deal, but I think we got a lot of shit out in the air. And is anybody else have anything else we need to add to this clusterfuck?
Say clusterfuck. Oh, God.
Anything?
If you want a good password for your computer, just keep it up to date with whatever the strong password group.
Yeah, whatever initials they add.
Most strong passwords want you to update every 60 days, and you know the acronym's going to be updated within 60 days, so just keep it current.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. If you need any password hints, there you go. Just follow the gay community acronym and you will be fine.
And save yourself some dignity. Come be normal, okay?
Yeah.
Be accepted as normal with the normal people.
But ultimately, what you need to do is, whether you're going to have sex with a man, woman, child, farm animal, keep it to your fucking self.
Pretend you're a Jewish person in 1940s Germany.
Huh. Okay.
It's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
Huh. Yeah.
That's exactly where I thought Sean was going to go with that.
I thought he was going to say, go to your local local constable and announce yourself.
Well, no.
For 1940s.
If anybody could throw a Holocaust reference into that kind of statement, it's going to be Sean. And for that, we got to go.
If anybody can throw a Holocaust reference into a Mother's Day card.
Okay, all right. Thanks for listening. We have gone way
I love
over.
you, 6.5 million.
I know it sounds a little too large to be believable.
Cut it
but
off.
trust
Cut
me.
it off.
Thanks for listening.
We cut here.
We're cutting.